What's the most I've ever lost in an investment, and what did that teach me? Well, I wish I could sit here and tell you that every investment I've ever made has made money eventually, whether it stumbled out of the gate or not. I wish I could tell you that the worst losses I've had were pretty negligible, say 10%, 20% of the investment. But I have to admit to you that I have had investments, stocks, that have lost literally 100% of their value. And what I've gotten out of them has been basically a tax write off for gains that I've had in other stocks. And I'll give you an example of one that I've learned quite a bit from. This was early in my career, a couple of years in. And I had this idea. I was planning to go take a trip to Europe, and I was planning to take a friend with me, and I wanted to pay for her to go with me. And so I had this stock. It was a gold stock. This was 1987, actually. A company called Galactic Resources. Bought it, and my goal was to sell it after it doubled. Now, this thing went from about $7 to $13 and change, so it was almost there, but I was greedy. Never got the double, and as a result, things eventually came apart. I didn't ride it all the way down to zero, but that is where it eventually headed. Small company, kind of a checkered history, I guess. I bought it at a time when things were really doing well in the gold stock area, and it lost all its value because I didn't sell. So that's a lesson that I learned. I guess two lessons maybe out of it. One, sticking to stocks that I think are a little more solid, that had longer term favorable prospects and weren't so flighty like this one. And then two, when I did make an investment, don't be greedy. When I did have that big gain, I should have taken it. So I've tried to get better at taking gains in stocks when they really have big runs. A lot of us tend instead to pile on when things really go up. And that's, again, precisely the wrong thing to do in many cases. But I think this particular experience educated me. And I talk a lot about to people why they need to get started investing by not just putting money into some sort of mindless fund or passive investment strategy where all the decisions are made for you, but make your own decisions, make your own mistakes. Because again, this really educated me. I don't have that many huge losses. Not everything I recommend or buy has gone up immediately, but I think that did educate me quite a bit. And it happened early on when the stakes were low for me. As it turned out, I went on that trip. I did not bring my friend, but it was a nice experience anyway. And again, a good lesson. And a lot of times a good lesson is worth almost anything. So there you go.